Hello, I'm Christopher Platten, Legal Counsel to IFPTE Local 21, Operating Engineers Local 3, San Jose Firefighters Local 230, and several other labor organizations representing employees within the City of San Jose. I'm here today to walk you through the aspects of the legal settlement for federated employees that hopefully will end our long 4-year nightmare over the passage unconstitutionally of Measure B in the City of San Jose. I'm pleased to walk through the elements of this proposed deal, which will put an end to the ridiculous litigation and restore excellent benefits for employees who are both working today, have been hired since Measure B was passed, and will come to work for the City of San Jose tomorrow. The elements of the proposed settlement are as follows. The accrual for pensions for those employees hired since the passage of Measure B will be based on 2% per year of service. The accrual rate will be 2% times year of service times final salary. Years of service will be defined as 2,080 hours for each 1 year of service. And pensionable pay will include all of those aspects of pay that are currently recognized as pensionable compensation for Tier 1 employees. Tier 1 employees are those employees employed prior to the passage of Measure B. Final salary compensation will be based upon your average final salary over the last 3 years of employment. You will have to obtain a minimum retirement age for those under this proposed settlement of 55 years of age. Early retirement will result in a reduction in your pension benefit based upon a 5% formula. Pensions will be capped at 70% of final average salary. The cost of living adjustment has been dramatically improved under this settlement agreement compared to that under Measure B. For Tier 1 employees, the cost of living adjustment remains the same. For Tier 2 employees, the cost of living adjustment will be based on a 3-tier level based on years of service. Those employees of 1 to 20 years of service will enjoy an annual cost of living adjustment to their pension at a maximum of 1.5% of the San Francisco Bay Area cost of living. Those with 21 to 25 years of service will enjoy a cost of living adjustment up to a maximum of 1.75% of the San Francisco Bay Area cost of living. And those with 26 or more years of service will enjoy a cost of living adjustment to their pensions of 2%. For new hires hired after the commencement of the settlement agreement, there will be a 4-tier cost of living adjustment. Years of service of 1 to 10 years will see a cost of living adjustment of 1.25%. 11 to 20 years, 1.5%. 21 to 25, 1.75%, and 26 plus years of service, a maximum of 2%, again, all 4 levels based upon the San Francisco Bay Area CPI. Retirement benefits will vest at 5 years of service. This is in accord with all of the major public pension plans throughout the state of California. There will be a cost-sharing provision with respect to unfunded liabilities should such unfunded liability occur. That is to say, employees will now share in the cost burden of the funding of the pension plan as follows. It shall be amortized, any unfunded liability, meaning it will be calculated over a 20-year period and split 50-50 between the city and the employees. But the increase will be limited to a maximum of 0.33% per year of service, beginning with the date in which an amortization payment must be made by an employee. The city is responsible for any shortfall until the 50-50 split is attained. Disability pensions will remain at 2% times years of service times final salary, that is to say, again, your final 3-year average, with a minimum benefit floor of 40% of your salary at the time of disability and a maximum benefit of 70% of final salary. Joint and survivor benefit at 50% of the employee's pension remains in effect. For any employee who has left the employment of the City of San Jose who was a Tier 1 employee and now returns to employment with the City of San Jose, they will return to Tier 1 benefits. And any individuals classified as classic employees under the state's Public Employee Pension Reform Act will be hired as classic employees, Tier 1 benefits under the settlement proposal. With respect to the guaranteed purchasing plan, we will replace the SRBR benefit with a plan that will guarantee that employees who see a reduction in their pension due to cost of living increases of 75% of purchasing power. This is not something that's based on pension returns or investment returns. It's a guarantee going forward, something which we have not had the benefit of previously. And lastly, there's been some significant changes to the retiree health care benefits. Let me walk you through those. Tier 1 employees will be given a one-time opportunity to make an irrevocable election to either retain the defined benefit retiree health care plan or move to a VEBA plan, which is a funded plan, or they will be able to remain in the defined benefit plan and get the renewed benefits, which I'll describe in a moment. Tier 2 employees and new hires will all be mandatorily entered into the VEBA plan. Here's how the modified defined benefit plan will work for those Tier 1 employees who wish to remain in that plan. There will be a new low-cost plan tied to the Affordable Care Act Silver Plan. It's important to understand that currently the defined benefit retiree health care plan has no minimum floor, no minimum benefit. There's no guarantee, for example, that next year retirees will receive any particular dollar figure in terms of a benefit going to the cost of their medical care as a retiree. Not so under this settlement proposal. The defined benefit plan floor will be set at that dollar figure that's equivalent to a silver plan under the Affordable Care Act and will go up as that silver plan figure increases. This is effectively a guarantee of a 70% of premium in the marketplace in the San Jose area. The city is responsible for paying the full cost of this benefit and any unfunded liability going to the benefit. There will also be a new in lieu benefit for retirees. That is to say, if you're retired and you can obtain coverage through your spouse, partner, or other family member, you will receive a credit of 25% of monthly premiums of the low-cost plan for as many months as you are covered by an alternative plan. The terms and conditions of this agreement are locked in for 10 years. The city contribution rate will be as high as 14%, or whatever may be necessary to fund the defined benefit plan. But amazingly, employee contribution rates will be capped at 7.5% of pay. This is a cap that doesn't exist today. Today, you have no floor on a benefit and no cap on what the employees might have to contribute. These are major improvements to the defined benefit plan. Let's now talk about the new VEBA option. For Tier 1 employees and Tier 2A employees, the city will return an amount equivalent to the employee's retiree health care contributions and deposit that into the individual employee's account under the VEBA plan. VEBA stands for Voluntary Employee Benefit Association. It is a pre-tax, non-tax plan that accrues much in the same way as a 457 plan does for those of you who participate in that defined contribution plan. A VEBA is portable, and that money can be used for medical expenses. Contributions are not taxed, earnings in that account are not taxed, and withdrawals are not taxed. So at the time of retirement, you leave with a pot of money in your VEBA account, which goes with you wherever you go thereafter. VEBA funds will be available for employees to purchase participation in city health care plans at the time of retirement if they so desire. The employee contribution rate for the VEBA funds will be significantly lower than the defined benefit plan. For Tier 1 employees who opt out of the defined benefit plan into the VEBA plan, their contribution rate will be at 4.5% of pensionable base compensation. For Tier 2 employees and new hires, their mandatory contribution rate will be at 2%. These rates may be subject to change in the future through collective bargaining, but again, are locked in for the 10-year period in which this proposed settlement agreement runs. In addition to all of this, the city settled the litigation providing for significant fees to cover the union's costs in litigation over Measure B. This is a step towards progress in the future and returning the operations of the City of San Jose to the benefit of its employees and of the citizens of this city. Let's join and hope we can move forward together.